Be over here. All
Word
right.
am up.
Going live here,
Mhm.
here, here, back.
To the boot bag movement, the underground sound that'll make you move it. Stack front to back with new exclusives,
Damn it.
reviews, interviews, latest news and music. You want to get a deal? We got the
What?
secret. You rap for the streets, so you need to be fit.
Hey.
Keep selecting in the street, execs to break it down so you know how to get that left. My man, Rob, and he got it locked. Now you can see on screen that he got us worldwide.
All right, all right, all right. We coming in now. Let's hide this. Welcome to the Comfort Level Podcast. Today, this thing is in my way and it's running slow. Hold on.
Yup.
I
I
apologize.
can like the posing this way.
No,
There we
there
go.
we go. And we're here. Fire
Let's
you.
do
Top
this.
that
Let's do this.
popping back
Baby.
in.
Boom.
Welcome to the show. We got
What
Rob
is the deal?
in the building.
Yep.
Who,
In
man?
the place to be the dopest.
Ah, in the place to
Hey,
be. What's
my
the
thing, we got some
deal?
sweat.
In the
What's the
house.
deal, you
What's up, Rob?
guys? What's the deal?
What is the
All
deal?
right. So, Rob, this is it. We're gonna get a little bit unorthodox here.
Let's do this.
You've been on interviews all over the world. Everybody knows you and know what you do, know what Who Mag is all about. So, what I'm gonna do is you have your shit down packed. You just run through that, tell them all about the Who Mag. But we want to focus today on this new venture, ACX1STUDIOS, down here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Hell yeah! Right? This
Hell
is
yeah.
the biggest thing going in music and multimedia right now in South Jersey, and we want to hear all about it.
You want to hear all about ACX1 Studios.
Yeah,
All right.
we want to hear all
Let's
about
start.
it.
Let's
We
start
want to
with.
hear about Who Mag.
You know why we're called ACX1 Studios?
Drop the T.
Let's do this.
Now.
So AC is obviously Atlantic City. X is for experience, but the one is because we have a very iconic address.
Yes.
One Atlantic Ocean. Our address is actually the ocean. We're the
Boom.
only one Atlantic Ocean. So we
Okay.
added the one to our name, ACX1 Studios. And why it's studios is because we got this big mall, a 550,000 square feet mall, that we are converting the mall into movies, into music, into immersive 3D, into esports, and all types of cool, incredible stuff. So this is our studios. So this is like our house, our playground, our fun space. But we turned a 4-story mall into a creative center for entertainers like yourselves. That's why it's called ACX1
4
Studios.
stories, 500,000 square feet on the boardwalk,
On the beach,
on the
Right on the
beach.
there's a
Right
difference.
over
The
the
boardwalk, the
beach.
casinos are on the
Balconies
boardwalk.
and
We're on the
We
beach.
in the
We're
water,
over the
baby.
ocean. We're over the ocean, yo. We've got a 4-story mall
wraparound.
over the ocean. You know how we do? We do dope stuff. You all know that.
Period.
Ah,
Well, I mean, but yeah, you do dope stuff, but just one day out of the blue, you guys come up with this, with the biggest place, like nobody's doing nothing.
well,
You know, I know. Okay, people know it as Ocean One Mall.
Mhm.
It's been the playground. They
Mhm.
call it Caesar's Piers. Some people call it the candy store,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they know it.
In the $1 Million Mall, we used to be called the $1 Million Mall. Some
The
people may
mi-
recognize from
I didn't know that.
Boardwalk Empire, the very first episode when they kill the girl's husband off and they find him off the pier when they're fishing. That was our pier. Because our pier was a fishing pier.
Mhm.
So we do have one of the most iconic buildings in Atlantic City. And why we're saying that is like all the casinos are cool. Like, you could, but we're over the ocean. Like, we have the only bar over the ocean. We have the only wedding venue over the ocean. We have a stadium, host 3,280 people over the ocean. Where we did Distro Fest. We have some dope stuff here, man. And
It's dope.
And it's a work in progress. We came here, we took over a mall that's been empty for over 3 years, so we're in the process now of refilling it up and making it super dope again.
I love it.
So what kind of opportunities is there for like merchants and whatnot?
Oh, let me break it down for you. So again, it's a 4-story mall. Some people think it's 3 stories. People don't know there's a hidden 4th floor, right? So
I do.
Yeah, you do. You've been up there. You know now.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's Chrissy, Rob.
What up, Chrissy? That's my homegirl right there, Chrissy. So, the first floor is going to be all retail up to a certain point. Retail, restaurants, and stuff like that. We have in the back of it, there's about 9 bars that lead up to an atrium, which again hosts 3,280 people. It's a 3-story atrium. So if you're doing an event, it's not just people watching it from the ground floor, but you can watch it from 2 other floors. That's what's so cool about it. It's like the Thunderdome. It's like you can watch it and look down and watch the concert from above, right? Now the second floor, we are in the 4th floor. I see that.
You see that?
The second floor is where we're putting all of our music stuff, our music studios, rehearsal spaces, podcast rooms. We have, what else do we have there? Classrooms. ACX101 is going to be the name of our classes that we're going to start doing very soon. We also have immersive 3D we're building out there, esports, stuff like that. We have a lot of real dope ideas for the second floor. In the first floor, I forgot to mention our first brewery is about to open up called Hennigan's Brewery. But anyway, let's jump up. Yeah, that's going to be our first one. The first one's open. But let's jump up to the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor is going to be all movie sets. So everybody knows that the 3rd floor, if it's been here, like, Budokan, Continental, Phillips Seafood was my favorite spot. They had the best food there. When are those restaurants coming back? They're not coming back. We're turning this all into movie sets. So now we are going to have private parties in there and stuff like that too. Everyone keeps asking when they come. Budokan's not coming back, but the Buddha's still there. You guys have seen it, But we have some return to some cool movie sets. Also, the 4th floor, which people don't know about, is our wedding venue and a super exclusive, super private VIP bar. Over the ocean, which is the dopest bar in AC. And everyone that comes up and says, "Wow, this is the best bar I've ever seen in my life." It's that crazy looking. We do have one more thing that we're secretly building on the 4th floor, and it was something I had. Like the way I work usually is like I need to sleep sometimes. I don't sleep too much, but when I do, all these crazy ideas pop in my head, and I had the idea popped in my head. And I ran out, and I was sleeping on my couch over here because sometimes I usually stay in AC in hotels. I stay out here a lot, and if I don't have room, I just crash here. And one day I woke up and I ran outside to the 4th floor and said, "Oh my God, this is going to be amazing." So we have one more major thing about to happen on the 4th floor, which you ladies will find out shortly. I'll tell you girls off camera, of course.
Listen, I swear to God, I walked through there and I seen a bed. I kept looking for it. I'm like, "Where's this bed? Where's this bed?" Like, I seen a bed in it.
Yeah. I'm here late, man. I'm here working, man. I mean, we have a big build. We have a lot of work. I got some amazing partners. There's 7 of us all together. There's 5 of us that are the core members as far as the co-founders. And then also, with that being said, I'm also the CMO, the Chief Music Officer. So I run all the music stuff here, anything to music related. Also, I'm in charge of a lot of the events here with my partner Kofi with the event side. Then we have Roy and Joe who do the movies. Dom's a COO, G our CEO, and then Chris with the real estate. So that's pretty much our team. He's a
strong team, though. You're not gonna just say that like it's light. That's a strong team.
We got the dopest team. We got
me and Fire had the liberty of meeting them, and everybody was dope. You guys too, so dope. Rob, you too. Oh man, you don't even know how bad I'm crying. I'm like, I done blew up. Rob posted the flyer, and I'm in here crying. I'm like, I blew up already.
Yeah.
Oh, it means a lot, man. It means a lot.
Listen, you two always support everything I do, and I support you all back. So the one thing about, and that's the one thing about us here, all of us here, that's what separates us from other buildings in AC, on the casino side. We're all just guys who love what we do. I mean, you all ladies know me for a while. I don't come from money. I love what I do. My team, we all love what we do. And because we all love what we do, we find someone to back what we're doing. And we all got together, and that's where we are at this building. So while we're not like how Trump's used to be back here, or the other big investors are out here in Atlantic City, we're regular guys. We're regular people so we can relate to regular people because that's who we are. And y'all know me. I'm the same person I was when we rocking in Blackwood. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Partying all the time.
Yeah, you just got a little more space.
We have a party in my Cherry Hill office. We used to party in my Cherry Hill office studio over here.
Me and Blacksmith spent many of good night, good mornings there.
Yep. Yeah, we just got a cool place to do it now.
What I love, honestly, is me being not only artist under HUMAG and now ACX1, to be a label under you and ACX1. You have given me so much time, and I don't think a lot of people realize Rob Schwartz is one of the busiest people I've ever met in my entire life. Okay. But he is one of those people that I would call him before, not for nothing, half of you guys, because he's going to not only make sure he gets back to me, he gives me good advice. He gives, he literally will make that time. I've watched you make time out of no time, Rob, for us to strategize with us about the label. And, anytime we've ever asked questions, he's always been in the answer, and if he doesn't have the answer, he's like, give me 2 days, I'm going to get it. Mm-hmm. And what I love is that you could have chose any level of music to do this on, because you're literally a living legend doing what you do, and you have now built a powerhouse team. But you chose the independent artists, the artists that are slept on, the artists that don't get heard, the artists that are overlooked, and you literally gave them a dream, because you put panels together that we get to talk to people we would never even get an email to. You do all these things with no motive. There's never been anything with it. I know that's got to be so hard when you have thousands of artists, but you have artists that are trying to get in. How hard is it to be now really a referral only?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I started distribution in 2010. I started because a friend was looking for distribution. And the reason why we're referral only, and we've been that way, is because, number one, my TV show was popping at that. HUMAG TV was the biggest hip hop TV show in the world.
Yes.
And because of the fact that I had friends that, at that point, it was CD Baby. There wasn't any other ones that, TuneCore, DistroKill, there's other ones. They weren't even out. CD Baby was. So everyone's option was CD Baby. So, which is fine. They did what it did. And all the other distributors, like I got friends at CD Baby. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this, is that when we launched, it was because I had Just Ice is a good friend of mine. And Just Ice had an EP with him and KRS-One. And that's what helped me got my deal, because I had the situation with the TV show. So, but I just did it because he was a friend. And after that, a lot of this local Philly artists like, yo, Rob, like, can you put me down? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But I wasn't really focused on the distribution as a business as much as I was the TV show, because the TV show was my number one. So all it really was is me hooking my friends up. I got this distribution deal with Sony Records. Okay. But my TV show is what's popping.
Right.
So,
and
the thing about it was, I didn't even tell a whole lot of people about the distribution. There was never any ads. There was never any promotion behind it. It was just someone saying, yo, you got to fuck with Rob. You got to mess with Rob. Rob's got to go to Rob. Go to Rob. Trust me. Go to Rob.
Now.
And then it went to someone else. You started to get someone else. You got to someone else. You got to someone else. And all of a sudden, all these artists are coming over, and it's just referrals. And to me, it's like, I'm a big one-on-one person. So to me, I talk to people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not someone that hides behind a computer and won't talk to my customer service rep. So to me, I want to know all my artists and talk to them, because if I don't like you, I don't want you signed to me. I spent 10 years on Wall Street. I spent 10 years in finance. I quit that world, and I made great money. I was miserable. I'm not money driven at all.
Right.
I get energy from working with good people, and when you do great things, money will find you. But I'm not money driven. I'm just trying to do cool stuff.
Right.
Dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
wait, stop right there. So you like everybody that you distribute?
Mostly. There's some ones that turn. There's some ones that change on you.
Did just go by.
There's ones that change on you, but to me, it's like, and let's look at Distro Fest, for example. Like, I want to throw an event where I have all my artists in the room, and I'm not worried about security, and I'm not worried about drama. I want everyone to build together and do tours together and do songs together. And look at that, Distro Fest. That's what I'm saying. And to me, it's like, I want to be a big family cookout. I want everyone to get, and that's even like, and that's why I did the speakers in the mix this year too, because there was 2 reasons behind that. But we'll talk about Distro Fest in a second. Let me just get back to the whole thing. One of the reasons why thank you. One of the reasons why I did the distribution, how it kind of blew up on its own, and I wasn't even I got so busy with distribution and the TV show, and then finally it came to the point where I stopped the TV show to focus on the distribution. And luckily for me, this little thing called COVID happens. And I was good because, but one thing about it was, a lot of my artists, I had some situations, health issues, and I don't want to get into too deep about that. But one thing I did was I called all my artists during COVID to make sure everybody was okay, and everyone said the same thing. They just can't wait to get on stage again, So, and it was a very unpopular decision that I made. But that mischief night, I threw a party. So 7 months after COVID, I threw a party. And it was just a weird coincidence. We just signed Raz B like the day before. And I said, well, I'm having a party tomorrow. He goes, all right, I'm hopping on a plane. And he literally hopped on a plane and flew out the next day to sign the paperwork in person. And surprised everybody. We had a bunch of our artists perform. Outdoors, was extra safe. Every mic was double covered. I did it because what my artists were telling me that they just wanted to perform again. And I'm big on the depression side, make sure everyone's okay. Make sure I look out for people, you know what I'm saying? And I saw people that actually took their lives with it. So I'm always careful with it and how I talk to people. And I try to do good by people. So that was the purpose of the Mischief Night party. And it was just, like I said, it was just a coincidence that we signed Raz B. I didn't even tell you when he was coming. I surprised everybody. I didn't tell anybody was coming.
I got a fabulous video, and we're still talking about it. I've been on there this week. People are talking about it on YouTube.
Yeah. So that was dope. And then what happened was, okay, everything's coming back to normal. Now everyone's still, the distribution's blowing up. The distribution's bigger and bigger. We have all these other things in the mix that we have. We have our deal with Big Cuz from 98.5 FM. We break all the records on FM radio in Philly. I'm a voting member of the Grammys. We started doing these Grammy compilations for the artists. And then one thing too we did too was, I remember I did that party at my office where I gave everyone those awards.
Yes.
Right.
I still have mine.
And what I did was I got a lot of artist Grammy considerations. Yeah. And obviously I don't want to use the word Grammy and exploit the word Grammy. So I just gave everyone recognitions, and I gave all the artists that we had that year an award. Yeah. That we presented at my office for everyone that came by. And it was something that, again, it's a help because a lot of people are going through a tough time. It was still like towards COVID. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do something good for people where people can actually celebrate and have something good and feel good about themselves. And that kind of group.
That really, really, really boosts a lot of the artists' morale. Getting that.
Yeah.
Like that I feel like that's the best thing that ever happened.
Like I won a Grammy. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah, you can't tell nothing. Listen, I got 2 of them joints. I got 2 of them joints from the Block 105 radio. I feel like
that year was awesome.
That's what he called them.
That year was really awesome. It was really cool to experience that.
Yeah.
I think all of us were like in awe that night. We were so excited to sign the CDs and take pictures, and like we went crazy that night. Like I don't think any of us did not have that one like that was allergies, you know. Like we all just hugged each other. It was like it was so much fun just because everyone celebrated each other.
Yep.
And that's what I think what separates HUMAG from everybody else. We celebrate each other's wins, we share each other, we love each other. And like Rob said, and I was one of those people he called. He said, hey, I know things are rough out here. You all right? You guys need anything? You guys got water? You know, you don't get a lot of people that do what you do and still travel the world. I mean, he called us, and then like 2 days later, he's in Greece doing a conference. We're like, he just called me like yesterday morning. We were drinking coffee, and you're truly an inspiration and a motivation, Rob, on so many levels.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That sounds like family.
Yeah, so let me get into the reason for DistroFest.
Yes.
There was, and it's, I always think massive. I don't know, something in my head, and that's my problem. I think one of my biggest flaws, I think, is I always think too big. So I don't know. So I decided to do this. So a lot of my artists are calling me up about these festivals. Now the world's opening back up. Now these festivals are popping. A lot of artists are asking how we get in these festivals. And I'm like, how we get on this Rolling Loud, how we get in this. I'm like, I don't know that process. I mean, I'm sure if you want to perform, there's a budget attached. I'm sure it's different things attached, but enough of my artists were asking me about getting on festivals. And I decided, I'm going to do my own festival and only make it for my distribution artist. I'm going to call it DistroFest. It's only for my distribution artist. And that's it. And we had we went through some getting it started. There was a few issues we had with the township. They decided to cancel on us within 3 weeks. And so we had to move it in less than 3 weeks. I found a location less than 2 weeks. We still put it on. It was amazing.
Yes.
Big, huge field. His CNC Music Factory headlined it. Raz B headlined it. A bunch of other great artists headlined it. It was amazing watching all these artists on this massive stage in this big field with incredible sound system rock out and have a festival.
That thing was awesome. And there was interviews going on.
Oh, yeah, interviews.
Yeah.
So what that did is artists were telling me how great it was. When's the next one? And the thing was, like, I'm sitting there like, you have no idea. It took me like 2 or 3 months. I didn't sleep to get that done. I'm like, I'm not planning the next one. Like, hold on, I'm tired. I'm like, so everyone's asking me what's next. And I'm like, you know why? I'm like, it hit me. You know why people are asking me what's next? Because I didn't get to teach them how to figure out what's next. And so I had this idea. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a music conference.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna do a music conference now. And coincidentally, I had the opportunity. I could have brought it here to Atlantic City. I was thinking about it. But what happened was I called my friend Brian Cronin, because we used to do he was in charge of Millennium Music Conference, and he always had me speaking. I said, hey, Brian, I'm thinking about doing this music conference. He goes, oh, wow, me too. And he had a partner named Jim. So we're like, all right. And they were trying to get this, figure out this conference. So we got together, started Play Music Conference. And my thing was, I thought what I but what I didn't succeed at DistroFest was the education so the artists can figure out what to do next on their own. And the thing is, I know a lot of people in the industry. I don't try to be the plug. I'm not trying to be the bottleneck. That's why I said, I'm bring all my contacts out. Let my artists talk to them directly. Mm-hmm. It's like,
that's what you do.
Because I got other stuff going on. It's like, you ask me a question, I have to keep going back and forth to people. And a lot of people do that because they want to make money after artists. Oh yeah, I'll charge you this and the consultant fee and this, we'll take a cut. I don't do all that. I say, here's my contact. Here's all my plugs. We had Sony Distribution, we had Sony Publishing, we had major booking agents, promo. We had all these people there. It was massive. They flew from all over the United States to be there. And it was the first.
I was trying to suck up everything that I could. I was trying to take notes, everything. I'm not an artist, y'all, but
it was for everybody.
I've been listening to Rob for many, many years, and I got a lot of stuff inside of me that I won't even use.
Yeah.
I won't even use it.
Yeah.
I learn it from you.
Thank you.
The conference was huge.
Yeah, so Play
so much to learn there. It was awesome.
Yeah. So
the show was awesome. Everything was awesome.
Yeah, so Play Music Conference. That was 3 nights, 2 days in Philly, and 3 nights apart in South Street. The hotel, And it was just awesome. So then after that, and the whole time that was going on, this Atlantic City was in the works. It was in the works. So I kept it quiet. One thing about me is I don't like talking about things until they're done. You know, so that's why it kind of just popped up on people that, hey, I'm in AC now. And it was like literally was like an 8 month It was a lot of work. It was very stressful. Even during play, I was going through stressful situations trying to get Atlantic City taken care of. But I never let it show. You know, and it was again at the first music conference in 20 years in Philadelphia, and we killed it. It was amazing. So
Miller Fire sponsored.
Yeah, yep. Millfire sponsored it. Thank you. They did a dope ass performance at Reef nightclub. Yep. So then I moved to Atlantic City. So So now we got our building. We have ACX1STUDIOS, meet my partners, and this is August 1st. And everything that our whole world's just changed on us, you know. And the first thing I want to do is we had our lunch party, but then I was like, someone's like, hey Rob, since I'm charging music, let's get a music event going. So I'm like, all right, well, let's do Distro Fest too. So we did, and we put panels on it because my thing was what was important to me is big on the educational side of the industry. So it was more heavy performance because Distro Fest is all about my artists. But the strategy was to bring the industry into Philly to meet my artists. So my artists get to meet them, and then later they can get to stay and watch my artists perform. So that way it works both ways. It was a 2-day event, and it was amazing.
Yes.
But the one little issue we had, we didn't have our liquor license at that time or food, but besides that, it was great. People from the world. I had artists flying from Sweden, France. I had Toronto, and people from all over flew out here, and it's just amazing, man. It was such a sigh of relief just to see the look on people's faces, and I'm like a little kid sometimes, like watching my artists perform. I feel like a proud dad sometimes. You know what? It's weird, but all the artists come.
I know.
I sit there and I watch them on stage. I'm like, all right, they took my advice. Wow, they're killing it. Yeah, and it makes you feel good. And I can tell everyone that see me start smiling at me and pointing at me because they want me to watch and say, all right, there's my dad. In a way, you know what I'm saying? They're watching it. If they're older than me, I'm looking that way. You know what I'm saying? So it was just amazing. And Distro Fest really was the kickoff of what we're building into ACX1 music, which is a lot of crazy stuff is about to happen. And a lot of that stuff to kind of keep on the low as we're in the building phases. But what I can tell you is the first step is we're building the music studios should be done shortly. That's step one, is the music studio here. And that's with Terrence, Great Tracks, and Mig, my partner in Blackwood office. He's going to be working out here too. But right when that's completed, we are going to have the ACX 101s, which should be weekly events here on probably Thursday nights. And we're kind of going to sync that up with the launch of our brewery, Hennigan's. So then we can have like an hour one-on-one with some of these speakers, but then go downstairs and have us, either a meet and greet or just a hangout, and everyone gets to hang out because I like a networking event. And we want to really bring the networking event back to Atlantic City. Here's the thing about Atlantic City. Nobody recognizes Atlantic City as a music town because no artists really break out of here yet. But what I can say is this. All the DJs, all these casinos, all these DJs, all these bars, there's always something going on. All the DJs flying from all over the world, all the artists flying from all over the world to be here. And it's always been, especially summer. New Year's was insane here with Pitbull and Marshmello, and everyone comes here to party. This is where they come. This is a music town. The DJ Expo's here. Like, there's a lot of stuff here that's amazing. But the problem is no one recognizes it as a music town. So we want to help do that by bringing the industry closer together, all different aspects of the music industry, and make a hub. Like, let's just say right now, you want to be an artist. Where do you go? You go to New York, you go to LA. Say you go to New York. What are you going to do? You can't just walk into a Sony Records and say, hi, I'm here. Like, people tell you go to New York. What are you going to do in New York? So we're building the infrastructure where we can break everything here. And there's a lot of strategies around it. But after step 2 with the 101s, we're going to have get a rehearsal space set up. But we're also, when you first walk in, there's a little stage off to the right. We'll get that, start running with performances all summer long too. So there's 29 million people walk by our building every year, right? And you can see that stage as you walk on by our building. So we're gonna build that up to start breaking DJs, artists, even if it's a comedian or something like that, just to bring some energy because I'm big on energy. And when you walk by a casino, it's real dark inside. You can't see in the windows. Once you get in, you have to go pretty far. You see any live entertainment on nowadays. But let's just bring it right to the boardwalk.
I think
It's
that's
beautiful.
awesome.
There's millions of people that visit the boardwalk on a daily.
Yeah.
It's no reason why it shouldn't be the biggest thing there. I mean, of course, they got artists and stuff coming to the boardwalk hall and stuff like that, but it's not open all the time like that. It doesn't have entertainment. It has to have a specific show.
Yeah. Boardwalk Hall is directly across the boardwalk from us. And
Exactly.
promoters have an access by after parties, things like that. We have a sneaker conference, a tattoo conference, Comic-Con, Comedian Con. What else we have scheduled? We have a lot of stuff scheduled this summer already. We have a lot of events coming. So we are building up. Our calendar's going pretty fast for the summer because in Jersey you have 10 weeks. You have Memorial Day to Labor Day, and that's your height of when you have to lock everything in. So, we moved in August 1st, so we came in towards the end of summer, and it was just so insane here coming in that day. There was a country music event called Tidal Wave, which is facing our building, right behind the building, and it was insane. And my boy Alex got me free tickets, so I went with him. I was like, all right, let's go.
You were the everything.
I never listened to country music. I'm like, all right, well, it was like
great, wasn't it?
There was like, I was stuck here. It was late, and I'm like, he's like, oh, we doing now? I'm like, I'm at the office, man. He's like, come on, let's go to Tidal Wave. I'm like, all right, let's go. And I'd say I had so much fun.
Did you do any line dancing?
There was no room. It was that bad.
Came back with a couple cowboys and cowgirls.
Insane.
We gotta get you a Who Mag cowboy hat. That'd be lit.
Man, when I was in Nashville, that was crazy. I went there for Mr. Rogers' birthday party.
Yeah, that's right. You did the thing with Mr. Rogers, right?
Yeah, I got a Grammy for it.
Yeah.
Boom.
They want to tell people that don't know about it. There's people that are watching that don't know.
Yeah, I got my history's crazy.
The actual Mr. Rogers, y'all.
This should be Mr. Rogers. Songs from the neighborhood. Got me a Grammy. Yeah.
It's under your distribution?
Yeah, distribute Mr. Rogers. That's why I got the Grammy.
Boom.
I distribute Johnny Cash's drummer, W.S. Hollins. I distribute Corey Feldman. I distribute I got a lot of things people don't know I distribute. We have a lot of different records. We have a Robin S. record dropping next week. We have Big Gip we're about to drop. Not a big artist, big Southern artist. I forget who it is. With James Worthy, a bunch of James Worthy records, and he produced a lot of big down south records. So he's got a lot of big releases coming through us. I know I saw new Skilo one up in the system. Do Michael DeBarge. I mean, we have so much stuff. We have a lot of records coming out. We just dropped Sadat X with Ice-T and Ed O.G. We got the new Force MD's record we dropped 2 weeks ago. So there's always something.
Yeah. So let's these Philly people know. Let's give some props to Mr. Rodney down there. He brought the Laugh House. Tell him about the Laugh House. So
Mr. Rod is bringing the Laugh House. We did a soft open this past weekend. It was one of the most famous comedy clubs. It was in Philly on South Street, and it was always sold out. And he had his wife passed away, so he shut down the store about 8-9 years ago. So now he's reopening as Laugh House Atlantic City, and it looks like they're going to be opening in their store April 1st. But in the meanwhile, we're doing soft open. I think we have Michael Sean next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my man.
That's cool.
So yeah, we got a lot of dope stuff from Mr. Rod. So he's a good guy, and we're gonna try to build Blacksmith.
Now I see Wet Willie's was coming down here.
So Wet Willie's, they used to be in the back, and what they're doing is they're now going to be on the front. So they're actually going to be next to It's Sugar. So you can get to them from the boardwalk or from the inside. How It's Sugar is on both, we're willing to be both also.
That's dope. Yeah, that should be done. They should be able to get to it without coming in.
And I'm not I can't put out private information, but I can say when they were in the back, I saw how much money they made back there, and it's insane. Even they're back there hidden, they're making so much money. Imagine going to the front; they're going to kill it. And what's good for us is we have a pizza shop that we are going to control right next to it, and we have the performances on that stage in the front. You can go to Willie's, get a drink, you can get some pizza. We have a juice shop, we have sandwiches coming, so you can grab something to eat and watch the performance.
So you had to be there. We have a vision because we've been inside the building and we can see, kind of visualize what you're talking about. So you're talking about music studio and all that. Fire Nation has pictures all up against the wall and stuff already. She's already trying to shoot her own personal music video. Visit.
First day was there, she had the video on my place.
I was keeping it low.
It's all good. It's all good. So the building, I mean, when you come to Atlantic City, there's only really two piers. There's us and Steel Pier. Steel Pier is all the rides with the Ferris wheel. And they're really good people that run that place. They a bunch of brothers. They're really good people. So we're the other pier, which is a mall. So it's really like we're like a skyscraper on its back. And the thing about it, like why I love everything about it, the worst part about it is that my office is on the 4th floor way in the back. So it's private. You can't get to the 4th floor most ways. So you have to go downstairs. It's really tricky. So if someone's at the front door and wants to get in, I get like 20,000 steps a day walking back and forth to this building. It's so massive. It's massive, which is fantastic.
Segue.
And it's like, why would you
big tip in?
But it's awesome, man. And but I get my steps in, and when I finally get to sit down, and all of a sudden I feel like, oh wow, my legs are hurting. But
you got to get them to put you like a the fireman's pole.
I know, right?
I can see because where your office is. If you slide down, you'll come right in through the candy shop.
But the good news is we got a golf cart now, so we can drive people back and forth.
Yep.
I said that too.
That's a huge upgrade.
I mean, we got it fixed. There was one there, but it was broken, so we fixed it.
You asked Diamond. We want to chip in and get your golf cart on Segway.
Yeah, we got one. We good now.
I love it.
And we have other strategies too, because that's one of the biggest problems. Is like, it's a hike. When you come, you have to be prepared to walk. After a couple of drinks, what I mean? It's like,
ladies, bring your slides.
Yes. Don't wear your high heels. Don't try to be the one wearing the high heels.
Don't try to be cute. Bring your slides.
Yeah. Someone had the escalators the other day, so it's like, it's just comfortable, man. It's ACX1, man. We always do dope shit. So whatever it is.
You shouldn't be coming here to sit around anyway. You should be ready to move and mingle. There shouldn't be too much sitting down when you come to ACX1. We want you busy. We want you moving around. We want you networking. And that is one thing every single time we've gotten there and we've hung out with you guys, it's always been a networking experience, a learning experience. Some way we build and we leave with a lot of, knowledge to take with us. So I love it. I love what you guys are doing up there.
What up, Mikey D? We just put out a new Mikey D and Bumpy Knuckles record too.
Oh, man. Mikey D been killing you. You'll be like 16, Mikey D.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So with the film coming,
make sure y'all see everybody who's shouting you out.
Are you excited about the film side of things coming in especially because you have the Humag distribution? Are you like really trying
He's
to
got SAG actor behind his back.
All right.
I heard everything they said, other than the private meeting.
Man, if you are,
they're ready for Rob.
We have a film. We already have a first film already booked. Start shooting beginning of February. Can't give too many details out. But here's something else that we're doing here. Here's something else, and this is really going to revolve around HUMAG distribution artists and now ACX1 distribution artists, which is and I keep a lot of stuff quiet, but being that no one could really copy this, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty well, they can, but they're not going to be able to. We're creating something here because I'm a big music supervisor too. I'm in the Guild of Music Supervisors. We're trying to build a system here too where all of our HUMAG and ACX1 music can be licensed while filming. So being that I've worked, and I produced, I directed. In fact, one of my movies I did goes on Lifetime or Hallmark this Thursday at 8:00, A Party to Die For. I was the location manager in that one. I believe it's either Lifetime or Hallmark, A Party to Die For. And it's Thursday at 8:00. So we're going to have a little watch party here at the office probably.
I'm coming. We coming.
I gotta just figure out how to get it because we don't have cable here. We got the Fire Stick.
I have a podcast. I don't have a guest.
I got to figure out how to get it.
I have a guest on Thursday. The day after tomorrow.
I don't know what's going to be reran. It's on other outlets too, but it's on Tubi, I think too. It's actually it was a Tubi original, so Tubi actually paid us a nice big budget because the same company that owns. You probably did. It was the same company that paid for. It's Lifetime, Tubi, and Hallmark. I think they're all the same company, so they paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So like people put the stuff on Tubi and you see others. It's not like that. It's actually a Tubi original. It premiered as. So that's the main focus. But yeah, what else we got going on? Thanks, Earl. Appreciate you, homie. But yeah, we have a lot of films are lining up now. I haven't told anyone this yet, but so I guess you're the first to hear it. But we got I just got everything booked for South by Southwest. So ACX1 Studios. Last 2 years, HUMAG I was representing HUMAG at South by Southwest. This year, it's me and my partner Roy going to be ACX1 Studios at South by Southwest. So excited about that. Angela Burton, what's the deal?
I knew you didn't have to run.
About to be all in your business, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe
South by Southwest was the talk we had.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Yeah. South by South. So it's
much. South by Southwest is one of the biggest music festivals other than Disto Fest.
I love that. Here's that one, Jenny.
That shit. You're gonna bust that shit out.
So South by 8 days. The first 4 is film, the last 4 is music. I always just go for the last 4, but this year I'm going for the whole 16 because we're going for the film, and then my partner was going home, and I'm staying for all the music stuff. So
I know that's right.
It's gonna be a long week. I tell you that.
I'm on a mission to be out there. I'm telling you. I told you last year I'm on a mission
now. We're gonna start tomorrow on the mission.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I'm looking for rooms.
Starting to line up the stuff now for it, so we can have a good time while we're out there. So
nice.
Wow.
So, how many hours of sleep have you got in the last 3 days, Rob?
All right. So, full disclosure: last night I slept 9 hours.
You look good. I was getting ready to say you don't look sleepy.
That's because I pretty much didn't sleep the entire week last week, and it just hit me like a brick.
See,
so
I knew there was something there.
Yeah. We had a lot of because the thing is we had the comedy show 2 days this weekend. We had last night or the night before was the Charlie Mack and Walt Reader's hip hop event.
Hey, no. How about this?
And then we got a lot of stuff to do, man. We got this big ass building, man. We got it. So like, it's just work. We just sit here and we just work and we make phone calls and, we network and build. So I get here I stay in hotels out here usually. Right now I'm at Caesars for the week. So I get here 8 in the morning and I go home at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
I'm gonna have to borrow some of them points you getting over there because you just racking up all the good points.
Hey, me, it's my homie. Yeah, you met Alex. He's the one.
Alex, I said, what's up?
He's the one that gets me the points. So anyway, I got
okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's kind of what it is. So whenever I can stay. Otherwise, if I can't, if I have to crash on the couch here, I just crash on the couch here.
That's right.
Just get it done. Gotta get it done. We just do it. Thank you.
So, what advice would you give right now to everyone who is looking to get into all of the things that ACX1 is having to offer? What would you say their first step should be?
Number one, be patient because we're still building it out. All right. Everyone's coming every day. You're right. Yeah. I'm like, all right, be patient. We get there. You'll know when it's ready, but once it's ready, it's gonna fly.
No, that's right.
Follow what we're doing. I mean, just follow us on social media. Everything's ACX1STUDIOS. Follow me. Just Humag. Just follow us, and when you see the opportunities come up, because I mean, the thing about it too is the main purpose of getting this building is also for the movies. So we are going to start eventually need artists. I mean, actors. So a lot of people want to start sending their resumes. We're not ready for it yet, but we eventually will, because when we start doing movies, we want to bring local people in. Like, we want to support Atlantic City as much because right now they're supporting us. So we do want to, be a new face, a new situation out here. And if we need extras all of a sudden, we know we can call everyone locally. You know what I'm saying? We have some other big things about to happen. I could tell you ladies off camera about stuff like that. But the main thing I would say is, and once we launch, we're about to launch ACX1 distribution. Once we launch ACX1 distribution, it's going to open up a portal for all the artists. Now, if you're already a Humag artist, you're already grandfathered, and you're good. Don't worry about it. You're good. So, but ACX1 distribution is going to be the new thing that we're starting, and a lot of it's going to go into a lot of the stuff that we're doing. So it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. I have like 1,000 questions. Like I don't know you.
I know, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm over here like, dang, I've been wondering.
Yeah, you got questions?
Yeah. So, all right. Now, a lot of artists have been putting money into promotions. And the reason why I'm touching on certain things, because I feel like these are questions that artists are not being addressed on. Mm-hmm. And I think that they should know. Mm-hmm. So a lot of artists are putting money in, and we've talked about this in many of our strategy meetings about marketing, and people want to get their numbers up, and they're investing in all of these, a lot of these people that are hitting their inbox. Hey, I got this $100 promotion for Spotify. Can you break down exactly why they should not and how they should?
Yeah. So again, I'm a distributor. I'm distribution. I see numbers. All I do all day is see numbers. I have apps that show me numbers. I have sites that show me numbers. Spotify keeps changing the rules. So what they're going to do is, they keep asking me to take records down because they see fake streams that make you take it down. Now they're actually going to start finding us, you know what I'm saying, to distributor. So one thing is I'm very, very careful about who we pick up too. And so they're just transparent that if I catch you buying fake streams, I'm taking you down because now you're putting my company at risk. Not only that, you hype it up, they have all these streams, and one day people go back and realize that your song's going and there's no streams. I mean, how does it make you look as an artist? But anyway, the way to do it is the best way to do it is literally just go to the companies. So if you want to get YouTube streams, go to YouTube and buy YouTube ads. You want to be Spotify, buy Spotify ads because they're real. And if everyone's promised, if we get 20,000 streams for $100, it's fake. You can't guarantee anything when it comes to numbers. So they're all fake anyway. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is they're all, and this is the biggest thing that they do. Oh, it's $20 for fake ones, but $50 for organic. They give you the same thing. They just make you want to spend more money. Pretending
a couple more.
It's like the dumbest people fall for it all the time.
They do, and this is why I had to ask that question out loud on live.
And then what happens is once the company eventually gets shut down, they just open up a brand new company under a different name, and no one ever knows.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, "Oh wow, that company sucked. Let me try this one." It's the same company, so.
See, that's how I got roped into the music industry, because the artists were asking me, you don't know how many scammers and these platforms that they asked me to dig and I was like the artist protector. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
And that's the reason why a biggest thing people don't like about me when I explain to them why is because our distribution doesn't do promotion. The reason why is if I'm going to charge you $2,000 or $3,000 for your promo, and I'm one that's cutting your check as a distributor, and you get $20. I mean, how does that make me look? You know what I'm saying? So to me, my integrity is more important than money to me. So to me, I'd rather not even touch the promotion side, the marketing side. You know, if you ever do it, you got to figure out on your side. I'll help you with it, give you advice, but I'm not going to charge you for anything for it because that's my integrity. You know, and everyone's saying, well, I did this and Rob, no. It is 1,000 artists. The Google me, there's nothing bad about my distribution out there anywhere. Yeah.
That's right. They ask for the advice, you tell them how to do it, and they
He never said you were gonna like the answer.
Yeah. So he was like, well, what do I do with my marketing?
It's advice that you're getting.
Yeah, there's no shortcuts.
That you can trust.
There's no shortcuts in this industry. Everyone thinks there's a shortcut. There's not. You just got to work hard. Just bust your ass, work hard. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
I went to high school with Rob.
You went to high school with my cousin Tara?
Don't tell me how old we are, Tara.
That's my cousin.
Word.
Okay.
So,
I have to ask this question. It literally came up in a conversation that I was having 2 days ago. And I said, I'm not going to answer this question because Rob Schwartz is going to be on the live and I want you to tune in. And I know for a fact the person is tuning in, so we're going to leave them anonymously and know who they are. But the question was, well, I'm signed to a label. Should they be giving me this money? Shouldn't they be booking my shows? Shouldn't they be setting up my video shoots? Shouldn't they be managing all of these things? What is the difference in the roles of a record label, a manager, a booking agent, or are all of these things together?
If they were all together, then whoever's mad, who that person is scamming you. Because now you're scamming. Let me rephrase that.
Break it down for the people, because I feel like they need to know, Rob.
Okay. To be successful in this industry, you need a great team. It really does revolve around your team. And it's people that you trust and people that you trust that you know what they're doing. A booking agent's completely different than a manager or a promoter. Everything is different. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand a manager's job isn't to get you shows. That's a booking agent's job, is to get you shows. But people think that's the manager's job. Mm-hmm. And that's why people get mad at a manager. It's like, you didn't get me any shows. The manager's job is to find a good booking agent, but it's not to be the booking agent. And the thing about it too is you have to make it easy for the booking agent to help book you shows. And everyone's complaining about the pay per play shows. There's a lot of them out there. But here's the thing. It's like you always have to put yourself in the other person's foot on the show, right? So think of it this way. I have a venue, right? My job at a venue is to make money, of course. How I make my money? The door, drinks, and maybe food, right? Mm-hmm. So if as a venue, if you're bringing a show to my venue, I'm going to charge the promoter a certain amount of money. Say, okay, if you want to do it here, I need a bar guarantee, or it may cost you to say 10 grand. Okay. So now the booking agent may be working with the promoter. So I want to book my artist. Okay. Well, what they're going to do is look at it and say, all right, well, let me see your live show. So it's important to have your stuff recorded on YouTube. So you can send the link so people can see your performance and see the type of crowd you bring. Now, if you don't have a crowd, they know you can't bring anybody. So then they're going to flip out and charge you. Like, all right, well, it's costing me 10 grand for the spot. I know you can't bring $2,000 worth of people. So you have to pay me this much or pre-sell these tickets, which equal to $2,000. Because again, their job is to make sure they don't go broke or lose money in the event. So the managers, as an artist, you need to focus on building your fan base. And you have to focus on building your stage performance. Because now if you do a show of 5 other people, sorry, but if you're the dopest one, you're going to steal the audience. People are going to start gravitating towards you. And not saying, but the whole thing is everyone tries to, share fans. Eventually we do these type of shows and expose new talent. But that's what you should focus on is like, if you want to book shows, like why would they book you when there's millions and millions of artists? Right. And this is why they start charging people. These are why they pay for play. And sometimes you got to play that game. You know what I mean? But make sure you do your research before you do it. Like right now, one of the biggest hustles is South by Southwest. You got to be careful because I'm going to break down South by Southwest, which some people probably don't want me to break it down. But I'm going to break it down exactly how it's done.
Please break it down.
Mm-hmm. And, but here's what it is. South by Southwest, there's a street called 6th Street. 6th Street is all bars. all the performers, independent artists perform on 6th Street. Now the shows may be packed out, but most of it's independent artists and their people. The industry goes to places like Rainy Street, and there's other sections they go to because they don't want to go to a place that's jam-packed with artists. All the major movie companies, music companies, all of them have their own parties. It's like the Orchard has the party, the Grammys have the party, BMI has the party, ASCAP has the party, Spin Magazine has the party. All these companies have their own parties. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on is like the industry goes to those parties. They're not going to the bars to see independent artists and discover new talent. You know what I'm saying? So it's something you got. So, but don't get it twisted. You can still go there and get new fans and meet some new people. It's not saying it's a bad thing, but you have to understand, don't let people sell you dreams because the industry is going to be there, but they're going to be a different place. You got to figure out how to get to the other place. Right?
Well, I feel like it's important for the artist. If you've been an artist, say at least for over 5 years or more, and you may have a lot of fans, but you need some fans that spend money, okay? And because fans come with responsibility as well.
Yep. Yeah. And then down there
not
too,
supporters.
You got to remember too, if there's like 1,000 artists, thousands of artists down there too, like if they're gonna remember everybody. Like it's like there's a lot of people there. Like how they gonna remember who you are? I mean, there's thousands of artists there. Like if you met somebody, like your follow-up game has to be dope. Your impression has to be dope.
Yes.
They have to remember you. And here's what I tell everyone I do at Distro Fest, right, Fire? I say, listen, don't be the whack performer.
Yeah.
Don't do what everybody forgets.
Yeah.
Because
that was the biggest thing he said. He said, remember, what is it about you that makes you different from everyone? And I will never forget that because every performance, I make sure there's something about me. There's something about my team. There's something about the way we walk, the way we talk. There's always something that you remember. And that was something that Rob was very, he says this to all of the HUMAG artists. Don't go in here like you're supposed to be everybody else. You're not meant to be like everyone else. Don't go in here like everyone else. Yep. And that's the best advice I could say was given to me.
Good advice.
Yes.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I had to bring that up because artists really, I think this is a big thing. And this is why I think your panels, your conferences are so important. Artists do not realize what roles people are supposed to play. And like, they're so excited about the title. They don't really get into the details of what the actual position entails. They're like, well, I got a manager. Okay, your manager is make sure your paperwork's correct, make sure that these people are in line. Then you have your booking agent. They set up these shows. Then you have the marketing. They make sure they take care of this. Then you have your promotion people. These are people you put in place. But people go into things expecting so much and will argue to the death. And then someone like me goes, well, your manager is not your booking agent. Yeah. They shouldn't be. They don't have to spend that money for you to do that. As an artist, these are certain things you actually got to bring to the table for these people sometimes. And they're like, what? And I'm like, just tune in. Rob will be on, and I'm gonna act some live, and then we'll hear from his mouth. There's nothing else to talk about. You know.
My advice though is, here's the thing I learned, and I'm the best at distribution. I know what I'm great at. I'm great at distribution, music, television. That's my whole thing. I know what I'm great at. I know what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? And what I had to do is, my problem is one of my flaws is that I want things done, and I have a hard time when I rely on somebody. I give them a couple shots. If not, I'm just going to figure it out myself. I taught myself how to make my flyers. The Distro Fest flyers, posters. Because I saw making it, couldn't quite get it right. I taught myself how to make my own CD covers. I taught myself how to make my own websites. And I didn't want to. I was scared. I was so scared to make my own website. All that? And the reason why was I know once I learned how, I wouldn't want to stop because I get addictive like that. I know, okay, if I could build my site, I'd build 1,000 of them. But I was in a situation where I had to learn how to do it. So I'm like, all right, I can learn this in 4 or 5 hours. Let's get started. And I sat there and I built my first website.
Yeah.
And I built all of them. I don't hire anybody anymore. And I built some for friends too. I'm not a website guy. I just build them to do them for my own sites. Right. But I'm that kind of guy where I learned everything. I taught myself how to film and how to edit myself. You know, I learned on Final Cut for Dummies on a book, Final Cut for Dummies 3. That's how, and it was so hard back then, not like now. I taught myself how to do all this stuff because I'm the type of guy. I give you a shot. You can't do it. That's cool. Appreciate you. Bye. I'm gonna
I'm
figure it out.
like that
Right.
too.
I'll figure it
I'm
out.
the same way.
There's nothing negative. There's no bad. I'm not mad. You know, it's just that when I need something, I need it now.
Yeah.
So if
Me
I'm waiting,
I'm
I
like
get
that.
and
Everything.
yeah, because you know in this industry you have an image, you know, and you have to have a reliable team.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the way it goes. Well, I think you do have a reliable team down there at ACX1 Studios,
Mm.
you know, and I know how much they look up to you as well. You know what I mean? I know they do because I don't think any of you guys have ever like I'm not sure about them, but I know you're not used to sharing, you know what I mean? And I know like none of you guys have not made too many big mistakes in this industry. You know, you always knew what direction that you were going, you know, to hit that goal.
the great thing is we're all great at what we do. The hard part we had to start learning is relying on each other. Not saying that. I'm saying I'm just so used to being on my own. So it's like when I have to like talk to people and share ideas, you know, which we do now, which is great. But you know, the first was like a little tough because like if I want something, I'm just going to do it. But now I have to wait to have a meeting about it and figure it out. But then once you realize, oh wait a minute, I'm glad I did because you know this
Yeah.
thing came out of it, which made sense, which I wasn't thinking about. So it's just learning to strategize together as a team. I mean, listen, we're like everyone else, man. We fight, we argue, but then we have a blast together. Like we argue until we realize, all right, we're done. Let's have a drink, you know, and then we have a good time, you know.
And then you find out some shit that they can do that you don't have to do.
And it's like everything else, man. The more you hang out with people, the more you learn about
Yeah,
them.
it's great.
The more you learn the good, the bad, the buttons to push, the ones not to push, how to motivate people. You start realizing people's energy, and that's great, man. And one thing is like we have a fantastic team here, and we're all just in a situation we're all hungry to make this thing happen, and we share that, and we all share. The crazy thing is we're all talented in our own right, but they all kind of coexist in a way. So it's I couldn't ask for better people in a better place, and it's like, you know, and all my HUMAG team has always got my back, so I always know, you know, it is what it is, and now we're about to do some great stuff all together, you know, make this ACX music pop off.
Absolutely.
So I know there's a lot of stress too that's involved in, you know, keeping this industry together. So I'm just gonna ask you a crazy question. What do you like to do the most to relieve when you're tight, when you're like,
So when I'm done, like sometimes I gotta turn the light switch off. I actually just watch horror films. I
okay,
watch zombie shows.
I watch somebody else get killed.
I just watch stuff that, and it just, you know, it all started for me with cartoons. I just watch a lot of cartoons, and the reason is as a grown up, I watch and even now I still watch cartoons. And the reason why is because I know I can't relate to it. You know, if someone wants to watch a drama or something else, they start relating to it. When I want to watch something, I want something that I have no relationship to. I'm not going to get attached to. I know there's no zombies out there. I know there's no vampires. I know an anvil can't fall on my head in a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like that's why I used to love the Three Stooges as a kid. Because and the thing about it is my attention span sometimes gets short. I was never diagnosed with ADHD, I guess, but I'm sure I have it. So watching like things that are 10 minutes long opposed to an hour and a half sometimes is easier for me. You know, that's why I like cartoons as well too. But to me, it's and I rarely watch TV, but when it is like here, I'm at Caesars. I mean, it's the worst cable ever. I mean, it's a bunch of terrible stuff, but when you get to the very end, it's like almost 24 hours Simpsons and Family Guy or South Park or something. So I get in like 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes I just put on an episode to fall asleep to. So otherwise, it's horror stuff. And my favorite is actually Japanese horror film. I love Japanese horror films the best. Anything with zombies, I watch. But yeah.
even understand those Japanese
Oh, you got to watch some of them.
Oh, what? I was gonna say I've been like binge watching them lately. It's been a
I think I'm watching. So now my time off, I just started watching The Kingdom again on Netflix. It's a series and it's probably like the 7th time I watched it.
what?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I migrate to anything that has trauma, emergency rooms, doctors, all that stuff.
I don't
I
want.
don't want it. I like
I don't want to see
jail.
sick people. I
I
want
like
to see
jail.
people eaten by zombies. I said I don't want to see sick
Daddy.
people. I want to see people eaten by zombies. To me, that's like, oh man, look at that. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yours are gonna die. I like to see them saved, Rob.
like I'm here at like 3 in the morning by myself sometimes. I start hearing noises, and I'm like, everyone's like, don't you get scared? I'm like, nah, I don't care. Nothing's gonna happen. That stuff. If I saw a ghost in here, it wouldn't even scare me.
Said he don't care.
I'd probably
That
ask,
place is so huge. Anybody can be in there at any time. It's like
I don't care. It says, you know what, you gonna do? Scare me in my building? Nah, you ain't gonna do that. We're gonna fight. For it.
I
You
know,
know,
that's right.
we fight for
that's
this.
right.
We fighting for this one.
Mhm.
I can see
Wow.
Rob fighting the ghost over some chips. I can see that.
That's my chips. What are you doing, man? Don't touch my bullet. Come on, man. Word.
Yeah,
Very, very
man.
limited ones. We're trying to get some
We're
more.
hanging all over the place soon.
Yeah.
You got everybody want that hoodie, Rob. We're gonna have to get a couple of ACX1 hoodies to auction off, do a quick, giveaway or something over here on a couple.
Trying to get them made up. Trying to get them made up. I gotta get some new shirts made up for South by Southwest too. Some on my team, they get those made up.
Yeah.
Need to represent out there.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that hip hop on here so we can give away some of the shirts from the spinner.
Yes. That hip hop. That's my fam right there.
Yeah, he was on earlier.
Yeah, Monty.
Yeah.
Hi, Monty.
Yeah.
Monty, that was my boy.
We had a
Yeah,
blast.
so I'm
had a
gonna get
blast.
Monty up on there. There he is. There he is.
We had a blast in Toronto. We had a blast in New York. That's my man.
There he is.
The good people. I'm gonna tell you what I like about Hip Hop, man. They're just good people. They got a great idea, the great platform, something unique, and at the end of the day, they're just good people. And it was great watching their energy at Distro Fest.
Yes.
Happy, yeah. Especially Monty, you got it. But all of them have great energy.
Yeah.
You know?
He was all over the place.
Yeah. They're good people.
They
Talked
have
to
great
everybody.
hugs.
Oh, it's Scott. Well, Scott doesn't have
Scott.
energy. I'm Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Scott's got great energy too, Scott.
That's great, too.
One of y'all was watching.
I love it. I love it. So
Yeah, well, either one of you guys can come on the
Get your
podcast
.hip hop
and
domain.
talk about it.
Get your .hip hop
Yeah.
domain.
yes.
That's
Yes.
right.
Oh, get that.
Get that.
I
Get
got
that.
one.
All right. I got one too. Whomag.hip hop.
Boop, boop.
RNC Independent Radio hip hop.
There we go. There we go.
I can't tell you
I gotta do something with that station, so
Word them up.
yes. Well, I got you guys playing. I got all these, they're running on this station.
Oh yeah.
All of them they put out.
Well, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I got it all.
You have. Wait a minute. That's what you have? 4? You're missing the R&B one. You have the R&B one?
No, I got it somewhere.
I was gonna say, I know
These
she
are
got
just the
one.
ones that were in the bag.
Gotcha.
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 I've been at them.
Gotcha.
What is
Gotcha.
it? What's he say? What's hip hop? They're more than music. They
What's
protect
it?
the
See, you
artists.
gotta break that
They
down
teach
for the people,
artists
Rob.
.hip hop.
a little bit more protect.
Instead of getting a .com, get a .hip hop. It kind of so people know you have a hip hop site instead of saying
It's gonna protect your intellectual property.
get it. You break it down, Janny. You got this.
Right, there you go.
Oh yeah, cause I did it.
All right, Mr. Ken Murph. What up, homie?
Oh, you got it up there. There you are. Just go right here.
Yeah. That's my man, Mr. Murph.
Yes.
Big Murph in the house.
She said, Thomas.
Big Murph had his. He has a dope hip hop TV show too called What's Going On. It's been out as long as like Ralph McDaniels. He's Ralph McDaniels, man. That's his boy. So we air his show. He interviewed everyone from Beyonce to he interviewed everybody, man. And we run those episodes on my channels. Humag Multimedia, iFame, all that kind of stuff. So Murph's been kind of a mentor to me first getting started in the television world and stuff like that, man. So what happened was, it was funny because we both were on this broadcast TV network called Colors. Was it Colors? Colors TV. That's what's up. Yeah, what's going on? That's what it's called. It was on Colors TV, and then one day it just mysteriously went off the air. So what happened was he just reached out, started talking like, "Yo, what's up? What's up with this channel?" Like, because they air our shows all the time, and that's when I just started saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna start my own channel," and that was one of the inspirations for starting iFame TV, because when I lost Colors, that was a national TV network, so I needed a new national television worker. So I was looking into starting my own channel through Dish and Direct. I just quit Wall Street at that time. I didn't have any money, so I'm looking at these prices. I'm like, I can't afford this, and I came across something called Roku, and that's why I started Roku. Well, I can control my own thing, and this was 12 years ago.
Damn, people are just getting onto it.
Yeah,
Dish Network.
Yep. We were on Dish, 21 million subscribers. So I started Roku. I started iFame on Roku on my birthday, March 6, 2012, and we were one of the first 100 channels on Roku. We were the first one to put hip hop, R&B, urban dramas with Book of Nimrod on OTTs.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're the first one to do that. And also we had What's Going On with Ken Murph, Big Murph. Yeah. On iFame TV. Yeah, man.
Now, how crazy is it to know that a lot of these things that people are just learning about are the things that, like, not for nothing, you were kind of like one of the starting, runners for a lot of these things. And everyone's now like, yeah, I'm on Roku TV. And you're like, I remember when Roku TV didn't even know they were Roku TV.
Because I didn't pay attention.
12 years ago. I was on Roku 12 years ago. I started.
Because I see so many people just starting off, like even just your history with NFTs. Let's get into that, because a lot of people don't even, most people don't even know what the NFT is. So let's break down what the NFT is and how long you've been involved with NFTs.
So, shout out to my man Noble. He brought me on to his company, and I'm now the CCO, Chief Content Officer. And my job was bringing over artists to band royalty. So what I had this idea to come out with something called the Homies. Because I always say, "What's up, homie?" And it was Homies. So it was me and Gus Fink, who's a crazy illustrator, the dopest illustrator. If you don't know, check out Gus Fink on social media. I'm sure you've seen his artwork. He does all the creepy, scary stuff. I'm sure you've seen it. Everyone steals his stuff. So me and him started this cards. Here's actually one signed by Mikey D. We have all. In fact, here's a checklist. You can see we had a bunch of different ones that we did. So then we had the extra ones that we did too. So what we did was,
nice.
You buy it. We're the first music distribution company to do NFTs. We made packs of some of our artists, and you buy these packs like baseball cards, and you buy them, and you get maybe one or two like real artists and a bunch of fake artists, and they're all based off how many there were. They're all numbered. So it was amazing that we're the first one to do it. You can Google it. We're everywhere. The first music distribution come to NFTs. Of course, other ones, someone say who, started copying us right afterwards. But they copy everything that I do. So that's okay. That doesn't bother me anymore. Because it stopped bothering me anyway. But yes, we did really well with those, and then after that, we started doing more stuff with band royalty, with NFTs as well. And Noble's been to, he spoke at DistroFest too, and Play Music Conference as well too. That's my homie right there. So yeah, the NFT world. And the good thing is, I know everyone's like, "Oh, they're dead, they're done." I don't know. I never cashed out when the market tanked with Ethereum and all those things. I never took my money out. I'm glad I didn't, because right now every day it's good right here, but every single day it's like this, and it's getting back to where it was. So, yeah.
That was just a hidden jewel. If y'all didn't catch that message, don't worry, I'll be right on my app later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They caught the message. I mean, If you know anything about a little bit stocks, take your chance.
Yeah, I used to work on finance. I did risk management for J.P. Morgan, Bear Stearns, and Merrill Lynch. So, and I did margin and risk management. So it was a whole other world. I was a whole different person back then. And the crazy part is, like, I feel younger and act younger now than I did when I was in there because I felt like an old man. I was miserable. I was angry. Um, the deciding factor that made me want to give up that for good was the point where I just got my fourth promotion at that time, I think, with Merrill Lynch. I still haven't gotten a raise yet. And had to manage a team of 6. And I was young. And they were probably close to twice my age. And I remember I had to teach them this new software, and no one would listen to me. Like, this is being this blatantly disrespectful. And I was getting very agitated. And the one guy that I liked actually pulled me aside and said, "Rob, listen, we were all where you were 20 years ago. Let that sink in." And he went back to his desk. And that's when I was like, wow, this is not the place I need to be. And that was the same time I got the news, Mr. Murph, that Colors TV picked me up, my first national TV network. And that was my calling card to stop finance. And everyone thought I was crazy because I am leaving a stable financial job to build a hip hop TV show, to work on a hip hop.
Been one of the scariest things in life to be like, "Yep, I'm out. Here we go."
Yep. Everyone thought it was crazy. And I was like, I just didn't want to be miserable anymore. Like I always say this as an analogy, but when you go out in Vegas, I don't know if you've been to Vegas, but if you go out there and it's like 110 degrees and it's that dead heat, and you walk outside and that dead heat just hits you in the face like a brick. That's how it felt every single day getting off that elevator at Merrill Lynch and walking to my desk. The negative energy felt like I was hit by a brick. Like, that's what, and every day. And the problem is, here's the problem. You get so accustomed to it and so used to it that it doesn't bother you anymore. And you don't realize it until you remove yourself from a toxic environment. And I'm not saying it was all toxic. I'm just saying it is what it is. And, I realized I was never really meant for a 9 to 5. I was always just meant to do myself and be happy.
That's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Murph. That's the whole thing. Is like, but the thing is, you have to do that. You have to learn how to believe in yourself and learn when to double down and triple down on yourself, because a lot of times we are worried what other people think. If I was worried about people thinking about me leaving finance to do a hip hop TV show, which people think is the dumbest thing in the world, and to me, it was the best move in the world. And people always ask me about, like, "Hey man, like, you still doing that hip hop stuff?" I'm like, but they're kind of saying, like, almost in a derogatory way.
Like, you still doing that hip hop stuff?
Like, yeah, I am. How about you, man? Look where I am. I own this building. Want to come hang out in my building? I got 17
like, yeah, you come check it out.
You want to pick one? You want to hang out and have a drink with me? Come on. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I mean, I got this Grammy over here. I got shit going on. So I still do this music thing. This is what I do. And I'm not going to stop it. And the crazy thing is, like, someone's asking me about retirement. I'm like, I don't even know how to retire. Like, I can't even fathom. Like, I'm just going to, like, when I try to take a vacation, I can't. It's like, I feel like something's wrong with me.
Accidentally networking.
It's like my vacations are like going to, like, when I go to, like, Barcelona, I go to these music conferences. I speak all these different music conferences. Barcelona, I went to Toronto, I went to Italy, I went to in Rome, I went to South Korea. It's like when I go, I was like, oh, it's great, you get to go on vacation. I'm like, dog, when I go, I literally don't sleep the whole time I'm there. It's like, event after event, after party after party, after panel after panel, and I'm always there speaking too. So I come home, I need a vacation, but then I come home, and next thing you know, it's a ton of work waiting for me to catch up on. Like, even after Distro Fest, like, all that time I spent putting that together, like, once it was done on Sunday, I was like, oh, you must have had a night to sleep. No, I had a ton of stuff to do that day. I was like, oh my God, I took all these emails, everyone's cursing me because I had a chance to follow me. So it's like, you just go, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man.
And my hats off to you.
You just go. That's what it is.
Just get it done. Just get it. That's my thing. Just get it done.
How is it affect you being a parent? Because I know you're a dad, and I know that you're a good dad at that.
Yeah.
how conflicting are your days some days when it's like, dang, I gotta go to Barcelona somewhere, or I gotta go somewhere here, you know? How hard is that?
It's hard. I mean, I try to keep my personal life out of what I do, but as far as like that, I'm always like, I'm the best dad there is. You know what I'm saying? I always take care of everything I need to take care of. You know what I'm saying?
I know every time we talk, you're like, man, can't wait to get back home. I'm ready to see my baby. And I'm like, oh, you're like such a cool dad. And he's like literally, Rob is always on go.
Yeah.
But I always can call him and he's like, I'm like, hey, you know what you're doing? He's like, yeah, get some family time in, me. And I'm like, well, I don't know when you get a chance to take a deep breath because
yeah. Well, you know what? It is what it is.
Balance it well.
It is what it is. I mean, here's my thing. It's not to be grim. We're all gonna die, right? Let's just enjoy life while we're here. So why I do all this stuff, I do it for them. I do it for myself. But the thing is, like, and that was the hard part about being at a Merrill Lynch and just being miserable and not realize that all these years are passing me by and I'm not having a chance to like enjoy it. And the thing is, like, and that's fine because we're taught in school. You graduate, you get a job, you retire, you die. And in between you watch some TV and you get excited for 3-day weekends. You get excited for stuff like this. And and that's and there's no disrespect, but that's most of the world. There's no disrespect anyone that does that. But it's just like if someone says, yo, Rob, I need you to go somewhere tomorrow, I just go. I don't gotta call anyone to take off. And that's the thing about being independent too and building up that way. So one thing I try to focus on is, even with my kids, I teach them that too. I teach them like, wow, they're the smartest in their schools, all A pluses. At the same time, I teach them about entrepreneurship because the thing is, like, we're not taught how to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
That's something that we have to learn on our own. We're taught how to work for somebody. We're taught because what it is it's safe. You feel like you're safe working for somebody. You know what I'm saying? But being like an entrepreneur, you just got to learn to trust your gut. And and one thing about me is I really don't understand the word no. So I can always find, if you're telling me no, like DistroFest never would have happened after what happened, right? Even DistroFest 2, we had to postpone it. You know what I'm saying? Because of situations we can't control. But here's the thing: is like I don't understand the word. It's like you talk that I look like a deer in headlights. Like, what do you mean no? Like, can't we do this? Well, how about this? We could do this.
There's a way we can get
what's
it done.
What's your plan B? What's your plan C? What's your plan K? What's your plan Z? Like, come on, let's figure this out because we make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
But that comes with believing in yourself. It comes with understanding yourself. And I'm a very confident person, but I had to teach myself how to be confident because I wasn't at first. And there's a line between confidence and like cockiness too. It's like you have to know. Like, one thing about me is like I believe in myself 100%. Like I literally believe I can do anything I want, which sounds cocky, but it's not, because I believe that, and if I don't achieve it, I'm still way above if I don't believe it at all. So that's why I do like crazy things like the DistroFest or a play, or I was the first one to put hip hop and Netflix and Blockbuster. Like I'm the first Roku channel. Like, come on, man! I'm starting this thing. No one knows what this Roku thing is. How put a channel? How's everyone gonna know what this Roku thing is? Like what is this thing? But yeah. So the thing is it's like you got to figure out like but you got to take these jumps. NFTs. Like, all right, explain NFTs. It would take me more time. The NFTs are like $15 a pack. I would spend like an hour and a half sometimes on the phone trying to teach them how to spend a $15 pack online because it was so complicated by NFTs when it first came out. With the Roku, it's so complicated to get people to understand. Interview, where I watch it, iFame TV. Where's iFame TV? It's on Roku. What's Roku? Now I gotta do my pitch. Well, Roku is this. No. And what's crazy was I'm a member of the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia. I was like the youngest member. Was all the old people from the Philadelphia, it's legends in there. And the guy that started the Channel 17 was the first. I think that was the first channel on UHF television. And he was speaking how he launched his channel on UHF, and the TVs didn't have UHF at that time. There was no bottom dial, so he had to go door to door selling this component to hook up to your TV to get his channel. And that's how I thought about Roku. I'm like, oh my God, that's like it's the same time I was going, like, I got to explain to people how to go buy a Roku box.
It was. I remember them.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm old. I remember them though. You know, it's almost like, you know, now the guy they put the cable in now was.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a box.
Like, you've done so much, Rob. Yeah. So much.
You know what's funny is that a question people always ask me about my office, you know, why I have so much stuff up. Here's my thing. I do a lot. When people come to my office, I see a lot of stuff on the walls. It's all my past. I don't talk about my past that much. I'm always talking about tomorrow. I'm always focused on the future, right? The reason why I have all this stuff on the walls is I don't want to forget my past.
Right.
You know? Because so much happens, and sometimes you just get caught up and forget. But to me, it's like, but I'm never one of those guys. Oh, I don't really, you don't see too many Throwback Thursday posts for me. You don't see me talking too much about stuff that I've done. You just see stuff that I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I have all the stuff I plan in the future. I'm not even talking about it yet. I'm keeping it quiet until it's done. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing too, man. I just focus on now and what I got to do.
But those are your heirlooms. I got the same thing in here, inspired by you, all over the place.
Thank you. My look of my office goes back to
they feel like the pictures feel like trophies and things as well.
Oh yeah. Well, when I used to work at Polygram Records, you walk into an office, and that's how they looked in the industry. Everyone was hanging up everything. In fact, it's crazy. My old boss at Polygram literally just called me while we're on the phone. So, shout out Mitch Dudley. The crazy part was he was at Polygram with me doing distribution, and now he's at the Orchard doing distribution.
Wow.
Yeah. So all these years we still rock together business wise, which is awesome.
And that's strong right there. When you have like years of business, you know, building, and the bond that you guys have, it becomes more than just the business, which is really good, because then you're able to explore and kind of keep your ideas open and fresh with someone who you know isn't really like preying on you. You know, I love that you do keep those doors open, but I know that's got to be really hard sometimes, because doing what you do, you have to keep your eyes wide open for the negatives, even though you do look at the positives in the future. It's always something that, you know, is ready to come up. You know, how do you avoid falling into the rabbit hole, so to say?
Well, one thing that the benefit from my 9-to-5 job I had before was risk management. I'm very, very, very good at reading people. That's one of my secrets. I don't talk about it, but before you walk in my office, I already know who you are for even coming to my office. When I meet you out somewhere, within 10 seconds, I can already tell what you want from me. And I'll play along. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, because sometimes it's fun to see how far this game goes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very good at that. And it's just because that was one thing I always thought I could be as a great detective if I didn't want to pursue this. Other thing I probably would have been as a truck driver, because I love just being by myself. While I'm always around people, sometimes I don't mind just being by myself and taking drives, you know. But yeah, that's kind of I know, where was I going with this? What was your question again?
How do you stay out of the negative rabbit hole?
How do I get out of the negative? Okay, that's a great question. Sorry. One thing about me is I've been burned so many times in this industry, so many times, that I'm numb to it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I don't care. Mm-hmm. If you burn me and I see you at a bar, I'll buy you a shot. I just don't. I literally just don't care. It's really like, all right. And I say this a lot too. Like,
you're lost anyway if you burn it.
Yeah, if I'm running a race and you're talking behind me, I gotta turn my head and look at you. I'm gonna fall and trip. So I don't care. I'm just gonna go. And I don't believe in the term haters. Because that means I have an opinion of something that's supposed to bother me, and I don't. I really don't. And I think that's the hardest thing people, when they realize that, you know, I'm good. Like, you're not going to upset me. Like, I'm good. Like, say whatever you want to say. It's cool. I don't get caught with negativity. I'm a very positive person. I try to spread positivity. That's why I speak a lot. The reason why I had to first hip hop DVD ever in Blockbuster or Netflix. Man, DVDs were out way before me. Like I'm the hip DVD magazines when it comes to like the Smack, the Cheddars, all them. Mine was the first one that was clean. There was no curses, there's no guns, there's no booty shaking. That's why I got the stories. You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of stuff with positivity. So that's the whole thing. What up, Judah? So that's kind of why I model my system the way I do. And I have kids that watch me. You know what I'm saying? I have kid artists. You know what I'm saying? So I think my thing is like when I do things, as you probably know, Fire, a lot of times I say, no cursing on this or something like that. Because the thing is, it's like with if you don't curse, like you don't realize how much streams you get anyway, because now you get more playlists and stuff. But to me, it's like you never know who's watching. And a lot of people feel they have to curse to get the point across. Well, be creative and don't see if you can challenge yourself that way. Right. So I rarely curse when you see me on interviews. I don't drink on my interviews or drinking pictures. You rarely see me with a cup in my hand. I always try to portray a positive image because you never know who's watching.
Right.
In fact, one of the jobs I got for this movie, somebody else was hired to do it. And what happened was there was kids involved, and one of the parents went to the kids' Facebook page and saw some of the comments the guy was making, and they made a big mistake. Like, my kid's not going to be in this if he's the director, and they ended up hiring me instead.
Wow.
So this is something that and that guy still doesn't know why he lost his job, because you get fired, you can get sued if you put that out as a reason why.
Right.
But that's the reason why. So a lot of things happen to you without realizing it when you do put that negative energy out there. So I'm always positive. And you see me anywhere, I'm always smiling. No matter where I am, I'm smiling. I'm having a good time. I make sure everyone's happy. And I see someone upset, I'll go over and say something, try to make them smile, just to spread that energy to them too.
That's huge. See, you guys,
Yes.
If you didn't get knowledge from tonight, then you are messing up. I have asked all these wonderful questions. Y'all been bugging me in my inbox. Y'all drive me crazy. We got Rob Schwartz here. I asked all the major questions. You guys heard it. Stop following the crowds.
Yeah.
Be careful what you're doing. You don't know who you're being watched by. You don't know who you're standing in front of. Watch what you're doing. Get a good team. Learn the business.
Yeah.
People, learn the business.
Yeah. And our call-in line is open. If you want to give a call and have another question, the numbers running across the screen is 609-315-4442. You got a few minutes. But that's the reason why I wanted to bring Rob on this interview, because I know that he's been doing these big things for God knows how long, and me, I'm a person that I just want to show everybody, and I've been talking about it, because I deal with a lot of indie artists that, they don't listen too much, or, their budgets are a certain way, so I try to give them the bits that, and the things that they can do. One thing that they can definitely do is come to an event such as Distro Fest and learn.
I'm gonna say one thing I'd say too is everyone comes to me with a great idea, and they always say, if I only had an investor. And I say, well, if that's what you're coming at me with, then it's a dumb idea, because if you rely on an investor, it may never happen. So why don't you strategize on something you can do on your own without an investor first? You know what I'm saying? Because originally because here's the story about HUMAG. HUMAG was supposed to be a magazine. It never happened. And what happened was we had an investor that was interested in putting money up. And we found out after we did all this. Now, what I did when I was putting it together, I'm always going a step and beyond. So what I did was I had a camera guy, and we started filming these stuff and put this DVD together to present with the business plan to get the money for the print magazine. After that we found out the guy was BSing the whole time. We haven't got the money. I was devastated. So my camera guy's like, well, what are we going to do about this magazine, about this DVD? I said, I don't know. He's like, well, put the time into it. What are we going to do? So I said, I don't know. So I ended up putting the DVD out, and that's the first DVD that broke Walmart. It was a Walmart, Target, and the first one to be on Netflix and Blockbuster. So like things happen the way it's supposed to happen. But I did that without an investor, and to this day, I didn't. Except for this place here, I've never had an investor in my entire life. I did everything on my own, struggled on my own. And I lost everything on my own trying to figure it out, got it back, but I did it. Like I said, I quit the financial world for this, and I'm never going back. So,
Hey, Rob, you have a caller.
oh.
Okay, Comfortable Podcast, you're live.
Hey, good evening to everybody. This is Big Murph.
Big
Yeah,
Murph.
Big Murph, bro.
What up, homie?
First of all, congratulations, ladies, on what you guys are doing. I'm good, Robert. I just wanted to check in, man. I'm sitting here listening. I said it would be unfair for me not to call in, man. So, man, congratulations on everything. And I think way back in the day, I said, man, you are the next entertainment mogul, not TV mogul, not music mogul, but entertainment mogul. And I just want to say thank you for believing in me and being who you are. And like was mentioned before, a lot of times people have the misconception of actually just getting up and doing things and not really putting any careful thought into it. And that leads me to this question. How do you balance all that you have going on and everything that is upcoming for you? How do you find time to do that and still remain the humble person that you are?
I can show you. Ready for this?
Yes.
So I don't know if you can see it. There's 121,499 emails. There's 1,600 unanswered text messages, right? So what it is like this used to stress me out. And I learned I'm one person. I can only do what I can do. That's it. And I have this saying. I mean, it's so simple, but it's true. You can't please all the people all the time. So I stopped trying because I used to always try to please everybody. And I try to do the best. As long as I'm the best person I could be, it is what it is. And I'm very honest. And one of the reasons why I'm very honest, because I'm forgetful sometimes. So that's why I have to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, and to me, I sleep well at night being that person. And how I just stay humble is because this is the person I've always been. I mean, I've been blessed to have some amazing friends over the years, over my lifetime. And I value that. I value friendships. I value being around people. And that's just the way I've always been. So it's just a matter. Humble I don't even. And one thing too is like, believe it or not, I'm not big on compliments. When people start chatting me out and saying how great it is, I don't. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, because I don't do this for this. I do this because I just want to do good stuff for people, and I think that if you do something good for somebody, we can change people's lives. We do something positive for them, and that's all we should think about. As long as we're good, we make sure we're good first, and then make sure everyone else is good too.
So would you say getting it done is your point of gratification?
I just do it. I don't know. I'm like, all right, here's a list what I got to do today. Just do it.
That's the question. Nike. How humble you are, and a lot of people look at what you're doing and don't realize how humble you are and the type of person that you are. So I'm glad to call you my brother. And like you said, I may be a mentor to you, but you have no idea how much of a mentor you are to me, to so many others. So I thank you and I love you. And I'm not ashamed to say that I think brothers have a problem with telling other brothers that they love them. And I want to tell you firsthand in front of everybody, I love you and thank you for everything you do what you are.
I love you too, bro. You've been a big influence, a lot of stuff that I do, man, especially when Carlos went off the air and I was just like, huh? Now what do we do? You know what I mean? And you and I would talk every day about figuring out strategies and stuff, man. So I appreciate you, homie.
That's right.
You got it, brother. Listen, continued success, man. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to let y'all get to somebody else to get the phone lines, all right?
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right, homie.
All right. So I think we're going to have another call in a minute. We'll probably take that one and then, wrap this up so we can get out of here so we can save it and play it again and repurpose it. Come on, Judah. Judah, you want to call in now.
Oh, God, no. Block the calls, guys.
Well, I want to give a couple. Rob got some people here. You know what I mean?
This is definitely that night to call. You got Rob Schwartz in the building. He made time for the Comfort Level podcast. That lets y'all know that we important out here.
And that's what I want to do. I want to thank you for coming to my podcast because I know firsthand how busy you are. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I gotta get Rob on here sooner or later. You know, and so as this ACX1 is building, I'm like, that's my shot.
Yeah.
That's my shot. Let him come in here and just tell everybody about it. You know, we're close. We're only 35, 40 minutes away from the spot. You know what I mean? So like this, we're in a perfect spot to broadcast this out to the different people. So
yeah.
and you know, we got some different people listening to us that don't know you, and a lot that listen to us that I'm gonna call answer. What is he talking? Oh, I got because I had the ringer off. Call again. Or I'll call you. Call now. I'm sorry. Yeah, but Rob, thank you so much because you know I look up to you.
Well, I appreciate both,
and I love you.
I love you too, both of you. Y'all are amazing. Thanks for having me on this. This is awesome.
Yeah, come on, dude. I'm about to call him.
Don't call him.
Wow. Don't call him.
That's the universe saying,
"This, we got Judah Priest on the line.
What's the deal?"
I had to call it and tap in with my big bro.
Appreciate you, homie.
Got my sister on there, both of them. So, but it's even special, man. Family union. I just want to, tap in. Rob, straight up and down, big inspiration to me. Like bro, talking about. I know you just said you don't want compliments, man, but you truly earned that and you deserve that. You know what I mean? Not just because you're somebody in the industry, but man, that you just like a dope person and you humble. You know what I mean? And you teach other people to be successful and humble, because a lot of people don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So you teach all that. So I just wanted to tap in and say that, man, real talk, son. I love you, bro. I appreciate everything you have done for me and all my teammates and everything, man. So,
Well, I appreciate you, bro. I love you too, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and they say you've been the same person from day one.
Oh,
day one.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. From the day I came to my first event, I don't know. I do things. I think I offered to buy you a drink and you said no.
What day was that?
Because he worked. When he's working, he don't drink.
I don't drink when I work.
Right. That's what he told me. And I never forgot that.
Yeah.
You know?
I get a couple drinks afterwards. When we wrap up, we're gonna party.
Oh yeah, you know.
You know how we get down, right?
We know when that.
We know. But I don't drink during my events, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, me and Blacksmith have definitely,
killed a couple
left
bottles.
the office during the sunrise.
Killed a couple bottles. Oh yeah.
This is supposed to be 20 minutes.
We have to drink. You have all the brands, the beer distributors, the liquor distributors. Everybody's there. You always got. We have to try things.
Oh yeah.
Rob, it's been such a pleasure. I mean, thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah.
For the indie artists, for the upcoming actors and actresses, for the entrepreneurs that are just looking to learn. On every level, on every platform, you're always there for people. And, just like Judah and everyone said, you're going to have to take these flowers because we love you and you don't get enough respect. You don't get enough props. And, it's people like me who spent years not knowing what was going on and didn't know where to just start, And it was because I sat in the office with you and you said, don't ever let someone tell you your definition of success.
Yep.
That that resonates with me, and it's because of that conversation that I drive people that same way. I always tell them, listen, don't let nobody or what everybody else is doing. Don't look at their numbers. Don't look at none of that stuff, because what is your definition of success? What do you want to accomplish? Where do you see yourself? Don't compare yourself to anyone else. And if any lesson came out of me sitting with you in those offices, that was one of the best lessons you could have ever given me.
Well, thank you.
So I definitely want to thank you for that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Who
So, so, what is it that you want to leave us with, Rob, before we get out of here?
What I'm gonna leave you with is that
I know you giving us a whole bunch, but I mean, just like these knuckleheads is not knuckleheads, but they're gonna go. A lot of us, you know, some of us don't remember what we were told. You know what I mean? We have to have the book there, and we have to study it. You know, so give us something short that we could just, you know, it's gonna stick.
The most important thing is learn about yourself, understand your strengths, your weaknesses, find your strengths, build upon them. If you're weak at something, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just figure out what you're strong at and build it and knock it out the park. But it is about believing yourself and having your self confidence. If you're an introvert, you may have to learn how to be an extrovert. You may have to learn how to talk to people and do dope stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, again, don't anyone tell you no. You know, when I was a kid, I did a bunch of dumb stuff, and I did it because someone would dare me or say, you know, you can't do this, so I would do it. And the thing about it is, now as a grown up, I have the same mentality. If you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to do it, and I do it either way. I'm going to do it because if I believe I can do it, and like I said, I believe I can do whatever I want to do. But I do it for good. So my thing is always be there for your friends, be there for your family, be there for your people, support them. It's important. You need to support yourself. But stay strong, stay positive, and just learn everything you possibly can, and just knock out the park. And right now, the latest thing is, real quick, bring it back to it. ACX1 Studios here in Atlantic City. If you guys are in Atlantic City, pop on through. We are the former mall. We're on the beach. We're over the ocean. We're attached to Caesars. We're Caesars Pier / Ocean One Mall / the playground. Yes, we have the whole building. We don't have an office. We have the whole building. The whole entire 4 floors of the building is ours. So a lot of stuff is about to happen. Shout out to all my partners here. And Roy, Joe, Dom, Chris, Kofi, and Gia for, you know, rocking all this together. Of course, my boy Mig. You know, of course, you two ladies, Blacksmith, Judah, everyone, especially you, Murph. Appreciate y'all the words you're saying, Murph. Everyone that supports all of us through these years, man. And just be the dopest person you could be. Boom.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
And if you,
all right, guys, we don't want to say goodbye. We gotta get out of here because you know how the stream do. You know, we have to keep it down. If you go 2 hours and 3 seconds over, then
disrespect you.
It's the whole thing to repost it and all that stuff.
Yes.
Word.
So it's been real, everybody. Y'all tuned in tonight. Comfort Level Podcast.
Everybody stay safe. Everybody. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Thank you, ladies.